Because we are expecting to be sharing this video or this recording with other people, and they
Hmm.
can find something to take from our conversation. So now I'm
Yeah.
trying to assume that there is a certain parent or someone who can make a decision about a certain student somewhere will be watching this. And would you recommend taking a psychology? Would you recommend a parent to encourage or to enroll their children to IB diploma program? And specifically, would you encourage the students to take psychology?
I 110% would recommend both the IBDP program and
Yeah.
IB psychology. IBDP, one, for the fact that it requires a lot of self discipline
Mm-hmm.
and motivation and
Mm-hmm.
independence. And if you are someone, I mean, all curriculums require that, but there's a certain type of discipline you must have for IB because it runs very similar to a university program. You have assessments, you have essays, you have, we have the extended essay, which is very similar to a thesis. I remember now. So I recommend psychology to almost everyone. I also tried to get my current sister, who's graduating from the DP program coming spring, to
Yeah.
do psychology, but
Mm-hmm.
she was not having it. She likes numbers and her scientific facts, so she wasn't having it. But psychology is very useful in the world we are living in today. Our world
Yes.
is rapidly globalizing. We are rapidly realizing as a culture and as the continent Africa the need for mental health awareness and the
Yes.
need for mental health providers and people to understand these things. We've had a
Mm.
surge of cases in Tanzania of suicide based on mental health issues. So
Yes.
I recommend a lot of people to take psychology because it's where the future is heading. The UN has goals, the Sustainable Development Goals of 2030, and one of them is good health and well-being, which charters to mental health. So
Yes.
psychology helped me get rid of the stigma and the fear around mental
Yeah.
health, and wanting to also understand other people's psyche. At first, and I kind of come on there, you're trying, to know certain things. It's not a profession that has any type of future, but now a lot of
Yeah.
mental health providers are people who studied something with a mental health background, are some of the most valuable assets we have in the field. We have a lot of lawyers who studied behavioral sciences to be able to
Mm.
understand. We have clients who are criminals sometimes who have mental health disorders, but if we don't have people who have that background, it's very hard. And that's just in the workforce as well as in university. It helps for a student in high school going to university, having a background in psychology will really help in your daily interactions with your
Yes.
colleagues, your roommates, be it your landlord, your professors, but also understanding your studies and how it's meant to evolve, how the nature of the study is meant to evolve. Psychology is kind of the basis and the foundation for a lot of things because everything started with a thought up here, everything started with the brain. So if you don't know psychology, I feel like you're at a loss. It's very helpful, and I recommend it to everyone.
Wow. Thank you so much, and I hope you. This has been a very useful session. Like trying to visit back
Yeah.
almost 4 years, or not 4 years, 5 years down the line since we started discussing about psychology related content till now, and
Yeah.
I hope you've seen a lot, and you've seen how useful
Yeah.
this course is, and having actually the general knowledge about psychology and applying it into our day to day life. It's a
Yeah.
very good thing, and also, the P program or curriculum, I also recommend it because it prepares global citizens and trains people to be open-minded, to be thinkers, to be inquirers, to be reflective. I can remember those 10 IB attributes, IB learners profiles. They are
Hmm.
very incredible. Even the person who can focus on only one, that person will
Yeah.
excel in particular
Yeah.
thing. But imagine The person like Nina who focused on all of them, all of them, 10 of them. It was a very
Yeah.
good thing.
Yeah.
So um I don't know if you have question on my side, or if you, yes,
I
I should
do.
give you
I
a,
always I wondered um for the people who are watching, Justice was my mentor throughout, well, my last year of high school when I was going to graduate. In the beginning, me and him didn't get on very much. I was very much not his biggest fan. But towards the end, nikaona tunaelewana. But I always wondered, with the grades I started with, the grades I ended with, and my time at university, although we were in touch partially in and out, how did you see my future panning out? Because you studied me in class. How did you see my future would pan out?
well. Um, I don't know if I'll give the correct answer, but there are two grounds that my perception were built on. Number one, it's the family
Yeah.
you come in from. Uh,
Okay.
because before I met you, yes, the day I met with your dad. And, and now I have to reveal, meeting with the ambassador, speaking about, yes. So that was a very good thing. So looking at your dad,
Yeah.
and how determined he was, very precise into the questions he asked, and he was very careful taking the notes of the explanation we gave. That made me see you as a different person, or as a different addition in my life, in my teaching life back then. So how I knew your family, it contributed to how I perceived you, I perceived your future. That's number one. Number two is you
Mhm.
personally, your
Mhm.
personality, your behavior. Like you mess up like any other student in class, but when we meet and speak together, you'll still give
Yeah.
me give me that best part of yours. Like, you tell me what you're good at, or even if you don't show it openly, but I'll still say it.
Mhm.
And there was this time when you guys organized the mental health day. I still have the
Mhm.
picture, though I may share it sometime. You coming, I remember you came, we had take a picture together. I had the tag, the green tag
The little
yes.
tag. Yeah, I remember
So
that.
that program itself, you organizing it, it made me see a leader in yourself, in this kid I was dealing with. But again, there was that another day. I don't know, was Zishima with the orators, where you prepared a speech.
Yeah, I remember.
Also,
Oh,
that
that was.
one now. Yes, now I'm speaking of you personally.
That's
How
so
I saw it.
long ago.
Yeah, so I can remember how confident you used to be, and I hope you still are. There are times and different times when in university you used to call me. There was a time you had to invite me for online meeting, whereby the group of youth and we're talking about something.
Mhm.
I'm not going to mention it. But
Mhm.
how did I study you, and how did I perceive you? Of course,
Mhm.
till now, I still have the same perception.
Okay.
And my perception, I'm seeing you. Oh, before I say this, you remember there was a time I told you that your name carries a responsibility. Do you remember
Yeah,
that day?
I remember it very clearly.
Yes. And I also remember when you guys were graduating, I sent you a message,
Oh, I cried so bad at that message.
like
Oh
like a
no.
goodbye message, and I show your mom asked that, what did you do to your friend? I can see her crying. And so those moments shows, so how did I perceive you, and how do I perceive you, is that, Nina, all you need is exposure. You don't need to be told what to do and what to be. All you need is to be is to be exposed to the environment, and you figure out how to interact or to manipulate the environment, and eventually you'll get it through, or someone will come and say, wow, this is a very good thing done by Nina. So that one. But another thing, Nina is very considerate. Very considerate. Something that makes me see you in diplomacy or in diplomatic world. Very considerate. At different times we've discussed about people's lives. You're very honest. You will share with me some of the information that very rare people are willing to share. So those moments. So still I can see you touching the sky. Touching the sky. And when you touch the sky, not for the purpose of just breaking it into pieces, but rather creating a space for everyone to come and have their own spaces over there. So
Yeah.
I can still see that. And I'm very positive, very positive.
I
And
hate to disappoint you. I'm not as confident and social as I used to be. After COVID, I'm very shy to go outside and make friends nowadays. My mom is like, "What's wrong with you?" Nowadays,
tell her that I've grown up now, and it used to be back then. Now you're focusing on other
yeah,
things. Yeah.
nowadays I'm
But
very shy. I've flipped bodies with my younger sister, Alicia. She is a social butterfly. She's friends with everyone, and I'm like,
like, serious, that's a very good news for me now.
she is very social nowadays. She goes to DIA now. She
Yes.
has plans every weekend. She has friends. She's always on the phone. I stay home almost every weekend. I'm not on my phone. It's very strange to see us switch when
Wow.
she was the quiet one.
And see, that's what I tell people: never ever give up on someone.
Yeah.
All you need is make sure you support them where they are. Deal with them where they are. Do not bring them where you are, because when they come where you are, they may get lost.
Yeah.
And just to give you an update,
Hmm.
the, the kids you used to enjoy mentioning their names, we changed their names.
You
He's
did.
not. He's no longer Cassius. He's no longer Casey. that's that's something you can discuss offline.
We've changed names. Oh my goodness.
Okay, I can give you an assignment to go search what does the meaning the name Cassius mean. After searching for the meaning and considering so many things, we had to change. So, do you remember the founder of cognitive psychology, cognitive development, Jean Piaget?
Yes, I do.
So, so the brother is now Jean.
So nice. Don't tell me the sister is Vygotsky. Then I'll just be shocked.
No, 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 no. I, the case she's Jean and
Oh,
Jian.
that's a cute name. I like those names.
Well,
Do you know,
thank you
on
so much.
random days, I bring up my favorite study, two of my favorite studies, every
Yes.
other day: Rosenwig, Bennett, and Diamond, and
Uh-huh.
Bartlett's 1942. I don't think two days pass without me bringing up localization of function,
Wow.
neuroplasticity, and schema. I think my family is sick of me.
Wow. That's a very good thing. It shows you enjoyed the class, though psychology itself is boring. But
Yeah.
yes. uh, well, Nina, I'll have one request.
Yeah.
When I'm done with editing, I'll share the video with you to go through it. I'll
Okay.
make it like 3 clips so that
Okay.
it's not long, and you'll go through it. You'll give suggestions what you feel like should be changed or should be added. But again,
Okay.
feel free, if you find this interview is not interesting, you want to do another one, we can
Okay.
still secure time. And something very important that I'm going to do is that in respect of this session, our interview, me and you, it should go fast. It should be the first. So even if it takes 2 years to edit, it should go fast. That's a
That's
point I'm
cool.
making.
I love that.
And so I'll have the request,
Okay.
because I'm giving you the position of being the first one. Please encourage people to subscribe to our channel, and
Of course.
something I'll appreciate if we can be having this conversation more and more.
I would love that. I was gonna ask you, do we have another one? Are we gonna do another one? I like that.
And, and today was very general, so we can
Yeah.
be planning for specific, like you said, in our community, a lot are happening. People are committing suicide, someone killing their kids while recording, and all those things.
Yeah.
So we can be discussing. It's not a problem if we decide every week we get 5 minutes of
Add this
discussing
one.
something or whatever. I hope it will be good, and it's one way of impacting the community from which
Definitely.
we came from and where we live, but also
Yeah.
giving back as well.
To the
Who knows?
community.
Who knows? We'll learn something from our interviews or our conversations.
And who knows who will help? Who
Oh,
could change someone's life?
yes, we can save someone's life. So,
Yeah.
to requests, please be available and come with the suggestions, and also encourage your friends or the people you know to subscribe to our channel. And yes, let's impact people's lives.
I will do so. Thank you so much for having me.